Welcome back to a SentOff podcast. It's me, just Joseph, and I was going to do one on Tuesday after the Watford game to do a Bournemouth and Watford result talk through. That's right. Um, but it's just about the Bournemouth game because there's a lot of talking points. It's fair to say I'm a bit fuming. You might hear my voice is a bit husky because of the game. I was screaming a lot. So I'll go through the game. Bournemouth start off really well. Starting lineup, what you expect. Who was a shock? Someone not doesn't start and they played. Fosu Mensah starts right back. Ward, I believe, was injured, and Kelly didn't get the start. Even though Hodgson had a nice few things to say about him, but I agree, Fosu Mensah was a good choice, especially with their pacey wingers. He was played well. Overall, the team played well. Saka got injured early on, but I'll get onto that. So yeah, how did we start? We started off really bright. 5 minutes in, we had about two chances on goal. They weren't really like goal threats, but they were like beautiful ball from Townsend across goal. Just needed a little touch on it, and it was going in. Benteke stretched all the way he could and couldn't get there. But yeah, then they had no chances for about 10 minutes. I think it was 10 minutes. I don't know when they scored the goal, but they went down the pitch. And Saka came in for a tackle, and he gets the ball, but he comes from the right hand side to the left, so he slides in, and the player's running straight. If you slide in from the right to the left, surely the ball should go out on the left. But no, it came out straight and it went out for a corner. Therefore, in my eyes, from my position, he kicked the ball onto the Bournemouth player's leg and it came off. So it shouldn't have been a corner. I might be wrong. I haven't looked at any replays. So they take the corner kick. It was a good set piece, to be fair to him, but there was a foul on the box. Schlupp got pulled back, I believe. So the ball, it was like a quick 1-2. Someone ran short. They played it back to the corner taker. They low crossed it in, like passed across quite firmly, and Defoe was there to hit it first time into the far corner. And it was a good goal, and that was his 200th goal in the Premier League, I think, or I believe it was in the Premier League. Yeah, good goal for him. And it was a shame because we started off so well. But the worst thing is the referee. The referee had an awful game, in my opinion. So biased, it's unbelievable. The amount of decisions that go against us, like we had 5 yellow cards in that game. Bournemouth had 2. We both had 14 fouls against us. And one of those tackles were nearly career-ending. It was awful. I'll get onto it. I'm getting distracted. So we didn't score until about the 38th minute, I believe. So one of the key things that happened, Saka got injured. He went in for a tackle. Oh no, he tried to do another Cruyff turn. He needs to quit this. It's not working. And he got caught in his legs, and I believe the Bournemouth player got a little nick on him. So he could be out for the foreseeable future. I'm not sure. I don't think any statement's been come out yet. But it's a shame. But thankfully, we've got that squad depth that I've spoken about in the last Palace Talk podcast. And Dan came on, and he's got a great record scoring against Bournemouth. So I was a bit hopeful. So he comes on, and he that's so good. Like, he starts normally, but now we've got Tompkins and everyone else. And Kelly normally comes on as the substitute centre back, and that's always not so good. Even though he played well against West Brom. So yeah, we carry on playing, attacking quite well. They had a chance by the fact that Saka was injured on the pitch. He was like on the floor. This is before Dan came on, obviously. And they come through because he's playing them all on side. And Tompkins comes in with a beautiful last ditch tackle, takes the ball out of play. But Saka came off Dan. Tompkins had a good game, but a bit iffy here and there. So the 30th minute, the goal. Zaha, I think it was an overtop through ball, and Zaha runs onto it. He gets past. Yeah, he's running. He's already passed the centre back. It was Ake with his pace. He's already passed him. He's got on the ball and he takes it past the keeper, and Begovic takes him down, and it's a penalty. And from first thought, I didn't know what was going on. It was all a bit crowded. The centre back of their player kind of blocked the view, and we got a penalty. And apparently, according to like the pundits and everything, there's been barely any contact. Begovic got a yellow card, and there's only one man that can pick it up, Luka Milivojevic. He puts the ball down and he puts it so in that top corner. It's unbelievable. Top bins, firm shot, and it's really good goal. And he's got 100% record, so good on Luka Milivojevic. Somewhat a fan favourite at the moment. He's played really well. And then we carry on this attacking threat. We keep on going, and we get a corner. the ball gets played in, it gets played out. Benteke has it, he plays it into Goodbye, who drills it across goal, and who's there? The man with the brilliant record against Bournemouth, Scott Dan, and he slides in, tucks it home, similar to like the Saka goal against Stoke. Not really, like the whole like it was in a corner kick and it was a bit of a goal mouth scramble. So he tucks it in, and it's 2-1, and we looked like we could score 3 in that short period of time from 38th minute to half time. We really were on top of them for this period. But then from out of nowhere they play an overtop through ball, and Defoe's just that overtop through ball has worked for them. They've got no height in their team in the attack, but they've got so much pace, and it really it really worked well against Tompkins and Dan. The ball got over. Dan wasn't getting it. Defoe was there, and he's in a place where you can't score. You can't score from there. He's on the right hand, very far right of the nearly on the edge of the box on the right, on my left hand side, but the right hand side of the box, and kind of a half volley, bounces, and he loops it over Speroni into the far corner. And when I first saw it, I was thinking that could be goal of season contender, but looking back on it, it looks like maybe more of a goal of the month. Not too spectacular, but it was really good. And I think the fact that Speroni's so small did help. If Hennessy's in goal, maybe he gets a hand to it. That's how I saw it. So we go into half time 2-2, and we should have been winning, in my opinion, because that first goal that they scored shouldn't have been a free. It shouldn't have been a corner. So we go into this game, we're just on top for the whole game. It's a whole half is unbelievable. The only talking point really, other than us being so on top and having so many shots, was that Cabaye got absolutely crunched on 3 occasions by their central midfielder, and the ref didn't even book him. It's unbelievable. It's so unbelievable. I couldn't believe what the referee's there to protect the player, all of the players, and he just didn't look like he was doing it today, and it was so annoying to watch. Like Cabaye got subbed off subsequently for MacArthur because he couldn't carry on. It's just speaking of Cabaye, he's probably going to be leaving this year. So he's running down his contract and probably sign a pre-contract with probably a team in France, end his career in France. But anyway, so we get in that situation, and Cabaye gets subbed off, and I'm really speaking briefly about this. There's so many more unbelievably just clearly not going for the ball, similar to what Tompkins did in the first half. He just shielded the player off and he got a yellow card for it. Fair enough. But their right back, it could be Cook, it could be Frank. I don't know who their right back is. He was number 3 or number 2. He just rugby tackles Zaha on one occasion. He pulls back Loftus-Cheek on another, and he literally just clumps Benteke on another. Not all 3 are yellow bookings individually because he did little things before. Not one of them was given, but then he was so willy-nilly, the referee, Martin Friend I think it is, he gave every little challenge that a Palace player made, it was yellow straight, no questions asked. But when it was a Bournemouth player, he just stopped the game. We couldn't take a quick free kick. He stopped the game, calmed it down, and played the ball. He wouldn't let us play the ball, and he would just talk to them and give them a slap on the wrist, but no card. There's got to be some sort of punishment for what they were doing. And the worst challenge of them all was, I think it was number 6 for them, Daniels or Sermon. He just 2-foots him. Zaha spins past, he turns around him, is running on goal, running towards goal, and in the centre of the pitch, and he just 2-foots him from behind. And the referee, Zaha gets up, he's mental, he's mad. He gets up and he squares to him, and he's like, that, because it could have been career ending. I don't have to explain it. It was an awful challenge, and he just, the referee calm down. You'll get a yellow card, and you get a yellow card. No, Zaha doesn't get any booking because he was just trying to back himself, because the referee can't back it, can't protect the players. So he was trying to send a message to the player, like, what are you doing? Because Zaha gets it every week, and everyone says he just dives. He gets bullied, and it's unfair because everyone knows he's the key man. He gave their player a yellow card, and he gave Zaha a yellow card for acting up afterwards. That's an absolute disgrace. He was just trying to defend himself. The player, he's through on goal. He's about to not necessarily score, but he's through on goal. It could have been a goal. and then it's a joke. It gets me so annoyed. It happens every week, and I'm moaning at the referee, but he did give us 2 penalties at the end of the day. He did give us 2 penalties, and we didn't. Obviously, I'll get onto that. He gave us 2 penalties, so I can't say he was biased towards us for the main thing, because 2 penalties in a game, that you'd be lucky to get one in some games. But just overall in the game, he just was not supporting our players. Like, it's so annoying to talk about, because we deserved the 3 points, and so many things went against us in that game. Loftus-Cheek had a fantastic game. And who came off? Townsend came off. He had a decent game. Townsend came off as Bakary Sako. Bit of a weird sub in my opinion, but he didn't do too bad, to be fair to him. So let's go on to the main talking point. That's what you're all here for. Christian Benteke. Great game. Yeah? Fantastic game. Brings the ball down well. Knocks the ball on well. Passes it. Distribution was great. Didn't get the goal. But he had the opportunity to score. Last minute of the game. 90 plus 3 minutes of a 5-minute added time. Zaha gets the ball on the left-hand side of the pitch. And he brings it down to the right. About to take the shot. Taken out from behind. Apparently, again, this might not be a penalty, but to me it looked definitely like a penalty. And so the Bournemouth players, are running to the officials and screaming, "No way, no way!" But during this time, Luka Milivojevic is like going for the ball, but I think Benteke picks it up and puts it down, and Benteke is like, "I'm taking it. I'm taking this. I haven't scored yet this season. I've played a good game. If I put this home, the fans will love me. I'll be good confidence. It'd be fantastic for you." Fair enough. But Luka Milivojevic has never missed a penalty for Crystal Palace. He's got 100% record, and they always look like they're unsavable. So Luka Milivojevic is standing there, and slowly but surely, the whole crowd is realizing that Benteke is going to take this penalty, and they're fuming. They're gutted. They're fuming. They're really agitated. It's just this whole aura around the whole crowd just went like. Everyone was speculating like, what's going on? Like, I don't know. All this noise and all this pressure was being put on Benteke. Luka Milivojevic at this point is still standing next to him, putting on more pressure and saying, "Come on!" And he was putting up his shirt as to say, like, "Come on, man, we need to get this point. We need to get these points. I know I'm going to score." He knows he is. That's why we love him taking it. And on the bench, you see, I looked over really quickly. I was so confused. I was so shocked like Benteke would even try and pick this ball up after his previous 2 penalties. I think Watford saved really rubbish, and West Ham over the bar. Punching is screaming. The club captain is screaming. He's shouting, "No, what are you doing? We need these points." The only one thing that might have happened there is he knew that Swansea won or something like that, and that's why, or he just knew that we needed the points because of the situation we're in. So he's screaming. Hodgson's all over the place. Like the whole bench is standing and uproared. Benteke's not looking. He's just staring at the ball. Luka Milivojevic still standing next to him as if to say, "Come on, bro. Like I know you want to score a goal, but it's the 90 plus 3rd minute. If this was the 50th minute in the game and we don't score it, we've got more minutes to play. Fair enough. If we were winning 3-1 or we were winning 3-2 and it was the last minute kick of the game, sure, take it. But we're not. We need the points. It's 2-2. We need the points. We need them." And he steps up and he just looks so. It's due to the pressure of the crowd. I'm not blaming the crowd. He shouldn't have even stepped forward, but he knew the risk that he was taking, and he took the penalty anyway. He comes up so sluggishly, like he always does in his penalties, and he just side foots it, not even placement, just like sluggishly passing it to Begovic. Begovic like just hops to the right and saves it, and there goes our chance to get the 3 points that we deserved. And the rebound of the save went like up in the air, and we won a corner. Played a few more set pieces and nothing came from him. Last minute of the game, this would have been a real gut wrencher. A shot gets taken and Schlupp blocks it, but it's his chest, but his hand's on his chest. The ref doesn't give it, but he was going to blow the whistle, and I was like, no. But it was blowing the whistle for full time, and we drew 2-2. And this is the worst moment. This is like the main talking point. Everyone in the whole stadium boos as Benteke walks past into the tunnel, and I think that's wrong, in my opinion. I think Benteke deserves. Yes, he lost us. It feels like a loss, like I said, in a previous podcast once, like if you don't win in a draw, in a game that you draw and you should win, it feels like a loss. Devastated that he done it, but everyone's booing, and I'm like, yes, it's fair enough, boo, because you're annoyed, and we know that Swansea have won and West Ham won. We needed the win, yes, and we deserved the win, yes, and we know if Milivojevic took it, he would have scored it, yes. But this guy has no confidence as it is. He's built some, and he lost it because we all would. He lost it taking the penalty, but he built some because he had a good game, and by booing him, I just imagine he's feeling horrible. He should do, because he was selfish at the end of the day. He was unbelievably selfish, and that's why we didn't leave with the 3 points. If he let Milivojevic take it instead of thinking about his own self, it would have been a fantastic game. 3-2, first time match of the day probably. But then you got to think. I'm trying to back him. If he does score it, and he plays that, he has a fantastic game. He scores it. He's in the headlines. He's fantastic. He won the game in the last minute. Benteke's back. That's what his mindset was, and fair enough. Like, you're worth 30 million. You want to be on penalties, blah blah blah. But you know you don't look confident. You don't have any back. Like, you don't back yourself. I don't think he has any confidence in himself. He plays a penalty as hoping the goalkeeper goes the wrong way, and then he'll just tuck it. Like, it'll go in because the goalkeeper's nowhere near it. He does it, but Luka Milivojevic will shoot, and even if the keeper goes the right way, you're not saving it, bro. Like, it's going in. There's no stopping it. So he gets booed off, and I can just tell Zaha looks livid, and I can imagine the dressing room is not a nice place at the moment for Benteke, and rightfully so. He took that risk. He knew what the consequences would have been. He only probably saw his name in the headlines and everything, but at the end of the day, it didn't go for him, and we ended up with 2-2. Now this is it's bad, in my opinion. Like, yes, we got the point, but West Ham and Stoke and Swansea did win, so we go back down to 20th. Now it's looking a lot better. Don't get it twisted. We're on 11 points. Swansea are on 12. West Ham are on 13. West Brom are on 13. Now that's good. I'm happy. Ooh. I'm happy for the fact that one win and results go away, we can be we'll be 18th again, and I don't know. We're in the mix. Like, it's a lot. It's still a lot better. Win there, results go away, and against Watford, and we could be out of the bottom. No, we can't. We'll be on 18th. But it's like we've got a better record than some teams in recent form. We've got better form than in other teams in our area. I'm waffling in our position. West Brom haven't won a game in 12, or they've won one game in 12, something like that. And West Ham and Swansea just won their first games in a while. West Ham beat Chelsea unbelievably. Chelsea are just a team that any little struggling club can just take points off, apparently. Joke. But yeah, 20th, I don't know what to say. After Watford, it'll be a bit more of a discussion point, because then we've got Swansea, then we've got Leicester, and then we've got Swansea on 23rd, and that's the biggest game of our season, I think. If depending on where we are, if we beat Swansea, that's a 6 pointer, and we need it. So I spoke about recent, like, the other results. Some big ones. Well, only one big one for us. Stoke lost 5-1 to Tottenham. Now that's Tottenham back on form after their recent slip, allowing West Brom to beat them or draw or something like that. But that goal difference has helped us. So Stoke have now only got minus 16 goal difference. We've got minus 17. West Ham are minus 18, so we're not too bad in goal difference. But yeah, I'm positive with that. So basically, the results today have just basically drawn a line on 13th downwards. Not even Southampton are involved in that, actually. 12th downwards. I say that, but Huddersfield and Everton are only on 1 point above. Let's draw the line at Brighton. Yeah, that's 6 points. That's 2 wins. Results go away, and we'll be 14th in the league. Like, it changes the table. We can change so much. It's unbelievable. And if you're sitting there saying we're definitely relegated, or these teams are definitely relegated, just look at the table and remember that this is the Premier League. Anything can happen. We could nick a point against Arsenal. We could get 3 points against City. Don't laugh at me there. We could. Because when City I think when they won the league, or when they were looking fantastic, we beat them 2-1 at home with that punch and free kick. And like, we're Palace, we are one of the only teams in the bottom lot that do get points against the big teams. Like, we give them games. We're, especially away from home. Actually, that's a lie. Away from home this year, we've been awful. I'm going to stop waffling about that. Other results that didn't go our way. Swansea beat West Brom 1-0. This is a bad result. It would have been better to be a draw, but it's kept West Brom down with us, and it's given Alan Pardew no win at the moment. He's had 1 draw and 1 loss, so West Brom probably won't be happy with their appointment. Huddersfield 2, Brighton 0. That's a good result. Huddersfield are slowly getting away from the pack, and Brighton are slowly going back down with us. Same as Stoke. And Watford lost to Burnley, so that's got them on bad form against us. West Ham, though, beat Chelsea 1-0. And Marko Arnautovic, 6th minute in the game. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellow cards. That's a London derby, and they won it. Fair enough. Fair to them. Like, we beat them as well. They're an easy team to beat, apparently. But I think the biggest game of talking points will be Palace versus Bournemouth, from the looks of it. Cause obviously, I haven't watched the other games, but 2-2, and a lot happened. At the moment, Newcastle versus Leicester 1-1. I'd probably say if Leicester win that, it'll be good for us, because they'll go. Newcastle will go down the pack with us as well. They're already down there with us, but they'll get further down. Basically, next week it decides our season. Like Tuesday, we're not playing bad. That's annoying. Oh, I'm just sitting there like, in an alternative universe, Benteke did score, and there's a Joseph that's happy. But in this universe, it's a Joseph that's not. 5 games unbeaten though. Out of the 5 games we can't lose. I've been saying that a lot. That's some positives to take. Zaha's been playing well. Loftus-Cheek's been playing well. Townsend's been playing well. Milivojic's been playing well. Benteke's been playing. He's been playing well, but I don't want to say it because I know that miss has made everyone forget that he did actually play quite well. The pains of being a Palace fan. We never make it easy. This has been the SentOff podcast. I'll be back again for Tuesday, or I'll be back again after the Leicester game. Who knows? School, you know. I've got a driving theory test on Monday. Wish me luck. Thank you very much. Watch me fail it now, and everyone will know. Everyone, no one's listening. Blah 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 blah. Same every podcast I say it. Anyway, thank you. SentOff podcast. Palace talk. Can we stay up? Yes, we can.